It is far beyond promises and pledges. Associate Professor Adewale Adedeji of the Department of International Law in Obafemi Awolowo University, Osun State, says the federal government must ensure that states enact the child rights law. Professor Adedeji laments the nonchalant attitude of state governments to enacting the law, hence putting the Nigerian child in a more vulnerable situation. He wants more socio-cultural laws abolished while calling for massive public enlightenment programs to educate parents and guardians, especially in the grassroots, about the evil of abusing a child.
Education empowers people to be able to develop, their God-given talent, the ability that they have. So when children are exploited, when they are denied education, when, they are subjected to abuses in the form of street begging and so on and so forth, it's like, they are being dehumanized. And we are all aware of the fact that, at the end of the day, it's these children that will turn out to be adults tomorrow. They will be, and when they are not given the capacity, to develop the talent and so on and so forth that they have, when they become adults, what kind of adults do they become? Any society that does not really take care of its children does not really have a future, because they are the future of the country. So I believe effort should be made by government to ensure that apart from the legal framework, which is very important, the issue of enforcement of the law is given adequate attention. The one that has been enacted at the federal level is still just there. Up to today, if you go to our street, it's as good as we don't really have any law as such. Along the road, you still see children begging, you see children hawking, just to be able to survive. When you read newspapers, you see all kinds of abuses children are subjected to. Recently, just a couple of weeks ago, we have the story of Eze Oruru. The sexual exploitation of, a very young girl from Bayelsa State, right? And only God knows the number of Eze Oruru that, had actually experienced, that kind of abuse. It points to the fact that we are not taking the issue of enforcement of child rights seriously. And until we take it seriously, I don't think the law will just be like a paper tiger. Now, there are a number of things that need to be done in order for the right of children to be protected, given adequate protection. The law is one, but the law is not sufficient. The law is not sufficient, because there are some of our socio-cultural practices, and even to an extent in some part of the country, religious practices, that one way or the other undermines, the protection of the child. Like, let me give you an example, right? Culturally, we don't see anything wrong in a child being sent to the farm. To support the family, assist the father on the farm, support the family. Traditionally, we consider it, a way of raising up children, making them to be responsible, right? But when you see the way it is being done, it's like we are carrying it into extreme, right? It's like children nowadays are being made to realize that, look, right from their infancy, they must fend for themselves. And that's why inform all these activities of, you see children on the road, hawking pure water, hawking recharge card, when they should be in school. So I think public enlightenment is very, very important, right? It's not sufficient just to have the law alone. There is a need for government to mount up a campaign. Let parents or intending parents, and of course the society at large, let them be aware of the evils, right, that is being committed when children, they are subjected to all kinds of harrowing experience, like being sent to the street to go and beg, being sent to the street to hawk, and as a result, they are exposed to all kinds of, horrible treatment. So public enlightenment is very important. I believe if there is adequate public enlightenment, we'll be able to get, government will be able to get public sympathy for the effort that is being made or has been made, particularly on the legal side, to ensure the protection of children, right? Then apart from that, right, we need to have institutions, right, that will be charged with the responsibility to ensure or monitor the enforcement of the rights of the child.
The children are oftentimes described as the future of tomorrow. But as it is, if there are still lists of government's priorities, there may probably be a challenge grooming the next leaders.